You've probably seen those videos, do this one exercise to lose belly fat. Let me tell you right now, it doesn't work. And this isn't just my opinion. Biology doesn't allow it. You can't tell your body where to burn fat, and anyone who says otherwise is either misinformed or selling you something. I used to believe them too. I was doing crunches every day, sweating like crazy, thinking I was targeting my belly, but I wasn't burning belly fat, I was burning time. The worst part? Most of these so-called trainers have never been overweight for a single day in their lives. And even the few who have were usually mesomorphs, the type of body that loses fat fast no matter what they do. For people like us who gain weight just by looking at food, the story is completely different. Here's the thing, nobody online wants to tell you you cannot spot reduce fat. Period. That's not motivational talk. That's human physiology. When your body burns fat, it doesn't pull it from the exact place you're training. It pulls it from wherever your hormones and blood flow decide. Think of body fat like a savings account. You can spend energy, but you don't get to choose which bill comes out. Your body just takes it from the overall balance. You can do 1,000 crunches and your abs will get stronger. Sure, but the layer of fat sitting on top, it won't melt just because you told it to. The body doesn't negotiate like that. Scientists have tested this for decades. One famous study took people and made them train only one leg every day for months. They measured the fat on that leg and on the rest of the body. Guess what? The leg didn't lose any more fat than the other one. Another study had participants do hundreds of sit-ups for 6 weeks. Their abs got stronger, but their belly fat stayed exactly the same. That's because the process of fat loss happens systemically, not locally. Fat cells all over the body release stored energy into the bloodstream, and your body decides where it's needed most. You can't tell it, hey, grab it from the belly first. It just doesn't work that way. The idea of belly fat exercises keeps spreading because it's easy to sell. Do this one move. Fix this one area. It sounds simple. It gives you hope. But hope isn't the same as a result. The truth is harder to market. You lose fat when your body burns more energy than it takes in when you're consistent, not desperate. That's not sexy, but it's the truth. And if you've ever been obese, you know how damaging these fake promises can be. You follow the routine, give it everything, and nothing changes. Then you start thinking you're the problem, that your body's broken. But it's not you. It's the lie. Fat doesn't care what muscle you're working. It cares about your overall energy balance, your hormones, your sleep, your consistency. The people making those lose belly fat videos are counting on you not knowing that. They don't want you to understand the science. They just want the views. Now let's talk about why they keep repeating this lie. It's because lose belly fat fast sells. It sells workout programs, supplements, protein powders, coaching sessions, and most of all, it sells the illusion that there's an easy way out. Social media rewards the lie. The algorithm doesn't care about truth. It cares about watch time. If someone promises quick results, people click. And every click tells the system, give me more of this. So the honest voice is the one saying, it takes time. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Get buried under a pile of fake shortcuts. The sad part is, a lot of these trainers know it's false. They're not stupid. They understand how fat metabolism works. But they also know that if they post a video titled "Consistency and Nutrition Matter More Than Crunches," nobody's going to watch it. Instead, they flex their abs, point to their stomachs, and say, do this move and watch the fat melt off. And people believe it, because when someone with a six-pack tells you how to lose belly fat, you think, of course they know what they're talking about. But they don't. They've never been 300 pounds, drenched in sweat from just walking to the car. They've never had to plan their day around which chairs might hold their weight. The difference between them and me is that they've never lived in a body that refuses to cooperate. They live in mesomorph bodies, the kind that respond easily to anything. Even when they do gain weight, their bodies bounce back in weeks. They can eat garbage for a month and drop it in 2 gym sessions. For people like us, endomorphs, it's not that simple. We can eat perfectly, move every day, and still lose weight slower than a tree grows tall. That's the part they never show. And that's why this lie is so damaging. It makes people like us feel broken, like we're doing something wrong. When the truth is, our bodies just don't play by the same rules. When a naturally lean trainer tells an obese person to just eat less and move more. It's like telling someone to fix a plane while it's still flying. They have no idea what it feels like to live in that body, to fight cravings every minute, to push through fatigue that doesn't go away. It's easy to sell motivation when your metabolism is on your side. That's why I started speaking out, because the internet is full of people who preach discipline they've never had to develop. They don't understand the fight. And when you don't understand the fight, you shouldn't be giving advice. So let's get into what actually does work. The truth is simple, but it's not easy. And that's why most people ignore it. You lose belly fat the same way you lose fat anywhere else, by creating a consistent calorie deficit, building muscle to increase your metabolism, and staying patient long enough for your body to adapt. That's it. No fat burning move, just physiology, habits, and time. Here's how it works. When you eat less energy than your body burns, it starts pulling stored fat to make up the difference. But the body decides where that fat comes from, not you. That's why you might lose some face fat first, or notice your arms lean out before your belly changes. It's frustrating, but it's also completely normal. And if you're endomorph like me, it's even more stubborn. Our bodies are wired to store energy, not release it. That's why we have to be smarter with food choices, training, and recovery. For example, lifting weights isn't just about looking better. It's a metabolic cheat code. Muscle is alive. It burns calories all day, even when you are sitting on the couch. The more muscle you build, the more fat your body burns on autopilot. That's why I always say, don't just focus on cardio. Cardio burns calories while you do it, but muscle burns them even after you're done. And you don't need to live in the gym either. 3 solid weight sessions a week are enough to change your metabolism over time. Add some walking, light cardio, or even fasted cardio if it fits your life. The key is balance. Too much cardio without enough protein or resistance training will just eat away at your muscle. That's when people lose weight but end up looking deflated instead of healthy. The goal isn't just to lose weight, it's to lose fat while keeping or even building muscle. That's how you get stronger, move better, and finally see progress that lasts. The same goes for food. You don't need to starve. You just need to make better swaps, low glycemic carbs, enough protein, and healthy fats that keep you full. The funny part, once you start feeding your body right and training smart, the results come faster and stay longer because your metabolism finally starts working with you instead of against you. That's what nobody online tells you. They'll say, just do crunches or take this detox tea. Meanwhile, the real science says, lift weights, eat smart, move consistently, sleep better, and give your body time to do what it's designed to do. It's not glamorous. You won't go viral for saying it, but that's the truth that actually changes lives. And when I finally stopped chasing shortcuts and did this the right way, everything changed. My energy, my sleep, my confidence, my mindset. I didn't learn this in a classroom. I learned it the hard way through failure, frustration, and years of believing lies that kept me stuck. I remember the phase when I was doing everything those videos told me to do. Hundreds of crunches every morning. Planks until my shoulders were shaking. That burning sensation in my abs felt like progress, so I convinced myself it was working. But weeks passed, then months. And every time I looked in the mirror, my stomach looked exactly the same. I thought maybe I was broken, like my body just didn't follow the same rules as everyone else's. Meanwhile, these lean trainers online were promising flat abs in 10 days, showing their results as proof. And I kept wondering, why not me? What I didn't know back then was that most of them were the mesomorph type. They gain muscle easily, they lose fat easily, they're genetically built for this. Even when they gain weight, their bodies snap back in weeks. I, on the other hand, am the complete opposite. My body holds on to every calorie like it's saving for winter. If I go slightly off track, it shows up immediately. Face, belly, everywhere. At my heaviest, I was 300 pounds or 135 kilos, and I wasn't living anymore. I was just surviving. I'd wake up exhausted even after 10 hours of sleep. I'd sweat doing absolutely nothing. I remember trying to talk to a client on the phone and running out of breath halfway through a sentence. I'd have to stop, pretend there was bad signal, and mute the call just to breathe. That's the kind of stuff these fat-burning trainers don't understand. They've never had to live inside a body that constantly fights back. They've never felt their own weight become a prison. I tried every miracle method. Fasting, detox, teas, fat burners, crunch challenges, you name it. Some worked for a week, maybe 2, then the weight came right back, and each time it felt heavier. The truth is, I wasn't lazy. I wasn't weak. I was just following the wrong map, one made for people who never had to climb the same mountain. When I finally stopped chasing flat belly workouts and started focusing on what the science actually said, strength training, calorie balance, smarter food choices, that's when I saw real progress. I stopped starving myself and started fueling myself. I stopped punishing my body and started rebuilding it. That's when everything changed. My breathing, my energy, my sleep. For the first time in my life, I wasn't fighting my body. I was working with it. And it wasn't about perfection. I still made mistakes. I still had bad weeks. But the difference was, I finally understood why things worked and why they didn't. That's when I realized something powerful. People don't fail because they're weak. They fail because they're being lied to. And once I understood that, I decided I'd never let another person waste years of their life chasing fake promises the way I did. If you've been chasing ab workouts hoping the belly would finally go down, I get it. But what actually changed my body wasn't a magic move. It was lining up a few simple things and keeping them steady, lifting a few times a week so my metabolism stopped crawling. Cardio that matched my life instead of punishing me. Smarter carbs, the ones that don't spike me and make me crash, enough protein to protect muscle. Basic supplements as tools and the mindset to stack small wins instead of trying to fix everything in 7 days. That's exactly what I wrote down for people like us. The ones who gain weight easily and keep getting burned by shortcuts. I turned it into a free guide called 7 Steps that got me out of obesity. It's straight talk and it's practical. A simple strength template you can follow without living in the gym. It's the plan I wish I had when I was 300 pounds and thought crunches would save me. Inside, I also show a simple way to figure out your body type right away, so you'll finally know how your body really works and what to do next. If you're done wasting time on things that don't work and want a real step-by-step that respects how our bodies actually behave, grab it from the link in the description and start there. Before wasting another week watching videos about how to lose fat from your thighs, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to tell you the truth that no one told me. The truth is, most of the people giving you advice about fat loss have never actually been fat. They've never felt the panic of looking in the mirror and realizing you don't recognize your own body anymore. They've never carried that kind of weight, physically or mentally. Some of them mean well, sure, but most are just repeating what they've heard, not what they've lived. I know what it's like to wake up every day and feel like your body is fighting against you. I know what it's like to do everything right and still feel stuck. And I know what it feels like when something finally clicks. When your body starts responding and you realize, this time it's different. That's what I want for you. Not another trend, just a plan that actually works for people like us in the real world, for real people who've lived it. This isn't about abs or aesthetics. It's about freedom. Freedom to walk up a flight of stairs without feeling like you're dying. Freedom to fit into your own clothes. Freedom to wake up with energy instead of guilt. We're not chasing Instagram bodies. We just want a life that feels normal again. The kind that lets you live without your body holding you hostage. And here's another video that connects perfectly with this one. It explains why losing weight feels impossible when you're obese, and what's really happening inside your body when nothing seems to work. It's appearing on your screen right now. Go watch that next. It'll make everything you just heard click even deeper.